Hey y'all, it's Curly Kiki here, and I am doing my very first henna treatment in this video. I am so sick of being gray, y'all. I don't have it all over, but I have enough to notice it. And these are some of the ingredients you'll need. Now, these are the ingredients you need to develop the henna. There'll be some other things you'll need later to actually apply it. And shout out to my girlfriend Yemi. She sent me some text messages to tell me exactly what I needed, what steps to take, and I followed those text messages almost to the letter. I've got them locked in my phone so I'll never lose them. Henna's a powder, and it's easier if you put the powder in your bowl first and add liquid to it. If you find that you still don't have enough liquid, just keep adding, but the goal is a consistency that's sort of like mashed potatoes. Green tea helps develop the color so that it will stain your white hairs sort of a reddish color. ACV helps with that development process also. Now, some people leave henna on their hair for 12 hours or more. I'm going to let mine develop in a bowl for 12 hours. I'm just not comfortable with sleeping in it and the possibility of getting it all over my bed and all that. So it's going to sit in this bowl for 12 hours, and then it'll sit on my hair for an hour, maybe 2 hours before I rinse it out. Here I'm adding Greek yogurt as a conditioner. Henna can be very drying. And so adding a conditioner to your henna will help out with the rinsing and also the conditioning properties. I got a nice little mashed potato thing going on, so I'm going to seal it up and let it rest. 12 hours from now, I'll apply it. Those are my babies. So I'm just going to let it sit here and do development while I do my stuff for the day. Before you start to apply your henna, please be sure you cover your surfaces. It is a fantastic stainer, and it'll stain everything it touches. My henna has been proofing for 12 hours. So what I'm going to use to apply the henna are Vaseline. I'm going to use some gloves and an old t-shirt. Now, the Vaseline will help the henna not stain your forehead. The gloves will help the henna not stain your hands. Old t-shirt is, in case your shirt gets messed up. This is old, but I love it so much, so I cannot let this shirt get messed up. So what you'll see me putting on is a shampoo cape that I got from Sally's. I think maybe it was about $5 some years ago. So I got my gloves on, and I am ready to roll. My henna's consistency has changed. It's like a pudding now. It smells like tea, really strong tea. It's not wonderful, but it's not bad either. It's something you can definitely live with. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm working on my hair in quadrants. In my last video, I did my co-wash process, so this is right from that co-wash. And I'm going to just take the quadrant and divide it into rows and just smush the henna as much as I can through each row. And once I finish this whole quadrant, I will twist the whole thing together and then move on to the next quadrant. All of those rows have been smooshed, and so now I'm taking the whole quadrant back together again and just applying a little extra henna close to the scalp and the roots. I really want to make sure I haven't missed anything. So before I twist this quadrant together, I'm just adding a little extra just to make sure I'm good to go. You don't want to spend this kind of time and not get all your strands. So that's what this extra step is for. Alright y'all, every single section has been smooshed and twisted, but I still have a little over half of my henna mixture left. So I felt a little nervous and decided to just apply a little more to each section. I went back to the roots and the ends, and once I had done a little more application, I pulled all my hair back into one little ponytail and stuck on my conditioner cap and let the henna rest on my hair for about an hour, maybe an hour and a half. Now, if you do end up with some leftover henna, don't throw it out. Put it in your freezer and when you thaw it out, it'll stain even better than it did the first time around. I learned that on curlynikki.com. So I'm going to let it sit on my head for another 45 minutes. Then I'm going to go downstairs to my kitchen sink and fill it up to the brim with water and dunk my head in the water several times. Now my kitchen sink is black, so I'm not worried about it getting stained. Try to loosen up the henna to rinse away as much of it as I can in the sink. And then I'm going to come back up here, hop in the shower, and that's when I'm going to do my conditioner rinses to try to rinse it out with as much conditioner as possible to get it soft. Try to remove as much product as I possibly can, and I'll stay in the shower until the water runs clear. And I'll rinse as many times as I have to with my cheapy conditioner. I love Tresemme Naturals, great slip. And then I'm gonna have to do a DC. And my favorite DC is Honeysuckle Rose Conditioner by Aubrey Organics. I'll use this one for tonight. What you'll see me doing here is my old t-shirt wrap. I typically do this after detangling my hair on wash day, and I use that old t-shirt to wrap my hair and help it air dry quickly. But what I'm doing here is I'm using my old t-shirt to make sure that after I dunk the front of my head, that any henna that's left in the back won't come sliding down my neck. So after rinsing my hair out downstairs, I'm just gonna pull that old t-shirt up and keep it from dripping down my neck. Now the next time you see me will be after the dunking, after the conditioner rinsing, and after my deep conditioner. So I'll give you my impressions of henna so far. I just got out of the shower. I was kind of surprised during my dunking process and conditioning process. I didn't see a whole lot of residue. Well, let me back up. During the dunking process, the water was definitely brown. And I don't know, I guess I just thought during the dunking I'd probably get 30, 40, 50% of it out. But then I came up here and really didn't see a lot of darkness in the water. And I don't know if I just got that much out during dunking because I used the little spray attachment at my sink, or if because it was only on for an hour, it didn't set or wasn't on there long enough. I have no idea. Yeah, that was pretty painless. From the time I started applying it to right now, it's been almost 2 hours. What I really like about this is it's a really inexpensive alternative to going to a stylist and getting your hair done. I also like the fact that henna is really natural. You know, it comes from a plant. There weren't any chemicals involved in the product that I bought. Now, some henna does have chemical, so you gotta check out your ingredients when you order your henna. I ordered Jamila henna. So I like those two things about henna: inexpensive, natural. I don't know if you can see that hair right there. That is a gray hair that is now sort of like a blonde, really light red color, which is better than the white that I had, but still not quite the results that I want. And I think it's partially due to the fact that this is my first henna treatment, and I understand that the first treatment doesn't take all that well. So I'm looking forward to doing this again in a few months and reporting back to let you know what changes I noticed. We will see how it goes, but right now that's my first impression. I see a slight change in my grays. All right.